come on to the circus bazaar. If you're into paranormal stunts and supernatural sideshow freaks, then step this way and witness into the world's circus.
Hello everybody, watch the Haunt channel, and today I have another package to open, and this is of a mask. I've wanted this mask for a while. I actually found one for a pretty good deal on eBay, so I went for it. And this is actually a mask that I've never seen in person before, so it should be cool to see. So yeah, let's go and see what this is. It's always better, I think, when masks are shipped in boxes like this, just so they get a bit less squished during shipping and whatnot, because if you just ship them in bags, then they get a little bit more squished. But so yeah, that's why I think boxes for masks are a bit better than shipping them right in bags. And so right here, he's actually peeking out of the box. So let's go ahead and open this. The mask is here. So here's what it looks like right now. It looks pretty good shape. Let me go ahead and open this here. I'm really excited for this. It's actually kind of big, honestly. What we have here is Pickles the Clown by Morbid Industries. This was a mask made from 2005 to around 2010, and I believe this one is a 2007 model. I don't know how it picks up right there, it might be backwards, but it says it right there, Morbid Industries 2007. He's pretty cool. This mask was in a line, you could say, with two other masks. They're all clowns. The other two were Half Laugh and Cut Up. I actually do own Cut Up, and he's pretty cool. I've actually seen those two in person. By the way, I've seen Cut Up at a store a few years ago, but I've never seen Pickles, and yeah, he's honestly a bit bigger than I expected, which is great. For it being almost 20 years old now, it is in pretty great shape. I don't see any dry rotting, which is excellent. The paint job doesn't look too bad either. Now, I know, if you guys remember Fright catalogs from many years ago, I forget what year, I want to say it was maybe 2005 to 2007, somewhere around there. Pickles is actually on the cover, but he had a bit of a different sculpt, so I'm assuming that's like an early sculptor prototype of him. But yeah, this is obviously a released one. Another cool fun fact about this mask is I have a tag right here from Morbid Enterprises, and you can see he's on there right there. You got Spasm, Hex, Cletus mask, and then Pickles. And I actually have all four of these guys now, which is excellent. You see Spasm's right here too. You know, this guy first came out in the Industries era, but he's on the Enterprises tag because, you know, when the company just started up, they obviously, it makes sense that they use some of their older products, and then some of these are carried on to the Enterprise year for like a year or so. But yeah, I'm very happy to have this guy. He is pretty cool. We got his hair all set up here. Now, if you can kind of see, I'll compare it to the prototype here, which is not the same one as was on the Fright catalog cover, but it's still a prototype. Obviously, it has more realistic detail. I know it can't really show the best, but you can see the colors are different, especially when it comes to the hair. The hair on the prototype is like a really dark brown. Looks kind of shiny, has more purple highlights, which this one does have, but it's obviously done different. So obviously the prototypes look more realistic, but he is still a pretty cool mask. And the hair on this one is more of like a velvety color, I would say. See, it kind of looks brownish on the camera, but in person it's more like velvet looking. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And when he first came out, you know, he's supposed to have a little like hang tag like this, but it would say Morbid Industries, unless it was a 2010 model. but obviously whoever had this before me or whatever must have ripped it off because it doesn't have it. But it's alright. I don't know who sculpted this. I've actually talked to Mark, the founder of Morbid, and he said he forgets the sculptor. He would like to know who it is. If anyone has any idea who sculpted this, please let me know in the comments. But yeah, whoever sculpted this also did Cut Up and Half Laugh. I don't know if they did any other sculpts for Morbid, but it would be cool if anyone has any idea who might have sculpted this. And another fun fact that Mark, the founder of Morbid, actually told me was that Pickles, Cut Up, and Half Laugh were actually originally sculpted as mini clay heads. And then afterwards, they ended up making them bigger and turning them into masks. So it's kind of interesting how they started as these little clay heads and were turned into masks eventually. I don't know if photos of the original models are anywhere out there, but that is really interesting to hear. But yeah, I mean, there's not like a whole lot to say about this mask really, but I like the detail on this one. He's pretty cool. This one was actually on eBay for well over a year. It started off at around like 70 to 80 bucks, which I think was too much, but over time it slowly got lower and lower, and I got it around 40 bucks, which I think is fair. I'm pretty sure he retailed around that too when he came out. But yeah, there is no dry rotting, which is excellent. The mask is in very good shape. Not really many blemishes either, it's pretty good. This is a good copy, I would say. I'm assuming the 2005 ones are probably a little bit better. As the years go on, they kind of got cheaper, if you know. But this one doesn't look bad at all. He's pretty cool. So yeah, obviously you can style the hair a bit, but yeah, the ears too. He's pretty good, and yeah, he's a full latex mask. So yeah, obviously not made anymore because Morbid's gone. This is a really old, early 2000s mask, but he's cool. I don't really see too many pop up now, but finally glad to have one. And yeah, that is Pickles. So it's pretty much all I really gotta say about this one. But yeah, this one says it's made in China. I know a lot of Morbid's products originally were made in Mexico, at least the ones that were sculpted by Jordi Shell. And like the earlier ones, as the years went on, all the masks and stuff were eventually made in China, and that's why they look cheaper. But when they first came out, they were made in Mexico. I would assume the prototype at least, was probably made in Mexico. Maybe the early 2005 models when he first came out might have been in Mexico, but these later ones were made in China, so they look differently because of that. But yeah, I mean, it's not the most detailed thing, but for what it is, it gets the point across. It's just a creepy looking clown. So yeah, it's pretty much all I gotta say. One more thing is that the hair is not a wig. It's actually like hand punched in, which is pretty good, so it doesn't really come unglued. You let me try to show it the inside real quick. You kind of see I know you can't see it the best, but yeah, it's all like punched in. This honestly tends to be better than a wig most times. But yeah, I think that's it. So that has been Pickles from Morbid Industries. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing and review. You don't really see videos of this mask. I'm pretty sure I'm be the first person to upload like an actual review on this mask, but he's cool and I recommend. So even though he's hard to find nowadays, but yeah, there he is.